What is investment?
Can you explain to me what investment really is? I have been hearing about it a lot lately, but I don't fully get it. Can you give me an example? Maybe something simple?
Sure, investment is when you use your money to buy something with the hope that it will increase in value over time. Instead of just saving your money, you put it into things like stock, bond, real estate, or mutual fund which can grow or generate income. For example, you might invest in a company by buying its stock, and if the company does well, the value of your stock goes up. Investment can also earn interest like money in a saving account. While there are also risks involved such as losing money, the goal of investing is to make your money work for you and build wealth over time. It's take patience, but with smart choice, you can grow your money for the future. To understand more, ASS is an investment fund in Malaysia where you put your money and it will be managed by professionals to help it grow.
I see. Thanks for explaining. I think I will look into it.
What about ASB? What are the advantages of this ASB compared to other investment? Can you explain it more briefly? Of course, actually, ASB is an investment trust fund specifically for Malaysian Bumiputra only. ASB was launched by Amanah Saham Nasional Berhad on January 2, 1990 to help Bumiputra provide alternative savings that are capable of providing the best and most consistent returns over a long period of time to investors. Not only that, for your information, ASB is very easy to make an investment. This is because the ASB fund is a fixed equity where the ASB has set the price per unit of share to be sold at the price of RM1 only without any other price changes. ASB also doesn't charge any charge on the sale of shares or redemption of units, and this is very beneficial for investors and give many advantages to investors. ASB is a low-risk investment, but the dividend return is quite high, so it is suitable and encouraged for those with low incomes and also those who are still cautious in saving through investment. This is because ASB is a safe and protected investment platform, therefore it is suitable as an investment platform for them.
These days, there are many conflicts about the validity of ASB investment from Islamic perspective. What do you think? Is ASB investment permissible in Islam? According to the statement issued by the Penang State Fatwa Committee in 2017, where the result of the discussion have been reviewed, the law investing in Amanah Saham Nasional Berhad, which is ASB, dividend or bonus received is valid, which is harus in Islam. The validity of ASB investment is based on five main goals in Maqasid Syariah, which is first to preserve the well-being of religion, life, intellect, lineage, and property. Therefore, the purpose of Maqasid Syariah is to be able to protect the interest and maslahah, which is the good of Muslim and avoid greater harm. In the ASB investment concept, they show more about the preservation of property, which is al-mal, where the economic strength of Muslim is a daruriyah that need to be considered because the economic position of Muslim in this country need to be further strengthened. At the same time, PNB or ASNB play an important role in improving the social economy of Bumiputra and Islamic community in this country. Therefore, investment is encouraged so that the property can be developed in the Islamic economy sector. Also, by making investment, Muslims will have enough haul and nisab they need to issue zakat. And the zakat issue can be donated and help those who are deserving, the poor and needy. Finally, investment can help the Islamic community continue to progress and they have their own equity and property. This statement is according to article stated by Datuk Muhammad Shukri Muhammad. In short, the advantages of ASB investment can improve the economic level of Bumiputra and Malay community, also can improve the living standard of Muslim in this country. Next, what do you think about the screening methodology? Screening methodology is a Sharia compliant security of a public listed company that have been classified as Sharia permissible for investment. based on the company compliant with the Sharia principle in terms of its primary business and investment activity and also their financial position. To clarify these securities, the Sharia Advisory Council, which is ASC, adopt a two-tier quantitative approach that apply in the business activity benchmark and financial ratio benchmark. This to determine the status of the Sharia securities. There are two benchmarks or the maximum limit of earned income to evaluate Sharia compliant activity in the company. If it exceeds the benchmark, it is considered as non-compliance. First, 5% of benchmark for activities such as conventional banking, conventional insurance, gambling activity, dividend received from non-Sharia compliant investment and entertainment, and also the activity of selling tobacco and cigarette. Meanwhile, 20% of the benchmark is for activities such as stock trading, broking business, cinemas, and rent received from non-Sharia compliant activities.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hana Abusarina binti Muhammad Sabri. My matric number is 294660. I will continue the presentation about the issue of ASB and ASN. The first issue is polemic ASB and ASN. Based on the newspaper, the polemic about ASN and ASB flared up again after the Selangor Mufti Department issued a fatwa that the investment scheme was illegal and contrary to Islamic law after sitting in the Selangor State Fatwa Committee meeting in 2011. This second issue is also the same as the first issue discussed about Sharia agreement in ASB Investment 2017.
Why is the ASB and ASN debate resurfacing, despite the Fatwa Committee of the National Council having determined that an investment scheme law is necessary?
This dispute is still going on because Selangor and Pulau Pinang Mufti Department issued a fatwa that the investment scheme was not halal because it involved in investment in conventional financial sector. For example, it is said that PNB choose Maybank as a company for them to invest in where PNB owns more than 70% of the shares in Maybank. Even Maybank is famous as one of the banks that offers conventional and Islamic financial products. Thus, it raised the question whether Maybank's income coincides with Sharia law or not. Moreover, the fiqh method states when halal matters are mixed with haram, then the haram will prevail over the halal. This method absolutely does not allow mixing between two opposing elements, halal and haram. Because of that, part of the Fatwa Council rejects the need to invest in PNB because it does not meet the two requirements of fiqh. In the Islamic capital market, flexibility is given to companies that have income from halal and haram sources. Thus, the Sharia advisor of the Malaysian Securities Commission set a maximum limit of illegal sources of 20%, and if the company collects income from halal sources, it must exceed 80%.
How does the Fatwa Committee of the National Council address this dispute?
The majority of State Fatwa Council see this issue from a more macro perspective. They do not argue with fiqh methods because fiqh method only acts as the formulation of law issued by jurists. The previous jurists determined the maximum limit according to their data and information at the time. In the context of Securities Commission, the maximum limit of 20% is determined after looking at the properties and development needs of the country's Islamic capital market. However, the maximum limit decided by the Securities Commission is not finalized. So, what the Sharia advisor in the Securities Commission decide is not necessarily suitable for PNB's situation. Therefore, PNB presents the latest data between investments against Maybank. Maybank has implemented a policy of prioritizing Islamic financial products. This shows that Muslim customers will necessarily be offered Islamic banking product. In fact, Maybank Islamic banking asset yield reached over 50%, which is the highest achievement compared to other banks. The issue is avoid going into debt for ASB investments. People need to avoid going into debt to invest in Amanah Saham Bumiputra following the decreasing dividend rate. Based on the article, Chairman of the People Trust Council, MARA, Datuk Dr. Ashraf Wajdi Dusuki said that the latest ASB funding is around 4.7% and the increase depends on the condition of the overnight policy rate.
However, if we want to make an investment loan, what is the legal clarification related to making ASB investment through conventional bank loans?
Taking a loan from a conventional bank based on riba is considered illegal, whether it's personal use, investments or others. This is because borrowers from conventional banks directly engage in usurious transactions, which is a major sin in Islam and it's threatened with the curse of Sharia. In the authentic hadith, The messenger of God Christ, the one who consummates usury, the one who gives usury, the one who records the usury transaction, and the two witnesses to the transaction of usury. It is clear that loans from conventional banks are not allowed. After all, there are already many Islamic banks that provide investment financing for Muslims. That's all from me. Thank you.
By the way, how does ASB help Malaysia economy? ASB is the Amanah Saham Bumiputra. ASB play a big part in enhancing our financial stability. First of all, it motivates individuals to deposit and increase their cash, thus enabling them to cover vital needs like education or fund for unexpected emergencies. Second, ASB provide a consistent and meaningful return regardless of the fact that economic challenges make it deviant to everyone's personal economy. This gives a lot of family peace and also stability. ASB also gives the Bumiputra the ability to create their wealth, which help reduce financial inequality and overcome the gap between the rich and the poor. Oh, I can see it now. But does ASB impact the Islamic economy? Of course, ASB does have impact to Islamic economy. One of it is the growth of Sharia-compliant investment. ASB investment asset increased RM107 billion in 2019 to 174 billion in 2023, which is a 62.96% increase. This increase highlights the growing confidence in Sharia-compliant financial products, which comply with Islamic teaching and prohibit transactions based on interest, appealing to a wider universe of investors. Other than that, ASB also strengthen the economy of Muslims. ASB investment benefit the Islamic economic sector by providing Sharia-compliant investment opportunities. This capital promote halal industry, Islamic banking and finance, which benefit economic development and employment, thereby improving the economic situation of the Muslim community in Malaysia.
Could you please summarize your conclusion based on what we have discussed so far?
Sure, why not? Based on what we have discussed so far, I believe it is indisputable that ASB benefits Bumiputra more than anything else. This is due to the Fatwa Committee in Malaysia, which makes sure that Islamic values are followed in financial decisions, including determining if an investment conforms with Sharia law. Islam forbids the use of bearing interest loans riba for ASB investment because it violates Sharia law. Transactions based on interest are forbidden and regarded as serious sins. ASB's share price is fixed and it does not impose any extra or hidden fees on transaction or redemption. This makes investment simple and lucrative. The Muslim economy is strengthened by Amanah Saham Bumiputra, which is ASB, which also promotes savings, provides financial stability, lowers inequality, and backs investment that adhere to Sharia law. This may support managed wealth further in our Malaysian economy. That's all from us. Thank you.